Yeah. So Cynthia, do you have some ideas there or some experiences?
Oh yeah, I started using it. Like I said, Jennifer hooked me up with it, and I used it regularly every single night. It was like your bedtime routine included lathering up with St. John's wort, and I would sleep totally comfortable, and it was great. And it I think it's cumulative because I did that. I wish I would have kept notes, better notes, but I used it religiously for probably 6 months, and then it was better. I was better. I didn't, and I would just hop into bed and go to sleep and not even think about it. But the bottle was always on my nightstand.
And this was the tincture or the oil?
The oil. The oil. I've never used. I have tincture. I've made tincture. I've never used it extensively. I think it's cumulative, and then I will go through periods when just recently with planting these new beds, and it's been so hot, and I'm old and fat, and I'm not in any kind of shape, and really, kneeling on that kneeling thing and digging holes and stuff, and at night, and the legs are just going like crazy. It's like, where's my oil? Where's my oil? Find my oil. And cranked it back out again. But I think if you use it regularly, if you have an honest to God restless leg problem, it will help. If you speak to a group of people, if you have 20, 30 people in a group and you say restless legs, 99% of them will go, huh? And one or two people will go, me. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You can pick them out. We're few and far between.
Yeah.
I think. And it's, the person who suffers from the restless leg syndrome plus whoever they sleep with suffers from their restless leg syndrome. So, it's terrific to relieve the issue all around. My grandson, he's 24 now, but when he was 18 months, 2 years old, and he'd come to visit for the weekend, he slept on an air mattress on the floor, and he would toss and turn and toss. He wasn't awake. He'd keep me awake. And one night I was at my wit's end, and I shucked his pajamas. I slathered him with St. John's wort, put his pajamas back on, and tucked him into bed. And the next morning he was still in the same position in bed. He was quiet. We all slept.
Interesting.
Yeah, children really benefit from, I think, from using that aspect. I was in Iceland and we were guests at someone's house, and in the night, the young girl woke up. She was probably only 4 or 5 years old, screaming, and yet they couldn't wake her to soothe her. So the next day, I asked if this was unusual or whatever, and they said no, she's had it since she was born. And so I always carry St. John's wort with me. So I made up a bundle of things that I picked from around their house that was wild, which was lady's mantle and wild thyme. And then I combined the St. John's wort and showed the mother how to anoint the child at night with the tincture. I only had the tincture along. And that child slept through the night, but her brother woke up and was restless. And then they believe in spirits in Iceland. So it isn't unusual to think that maybe there was an ancestor disturbing, because I've heard other stories where children who are born close to a time when a grandparent might be passing out of the world, there's an attempt to contact, and that can be a disturbing sense of a nightmare, but it may not be. So anyway, in that case, it worked well.
You have to medicate the brother too?
Pardon?
You medicated the brother too? You medicated?
No, just the child that had, because he always slept through, but that night. So I felt there was possibly a spirit that then just was coming through, but couldn't get to her because of her protection. I mean, that's just me interpreting it, because what else do we have but our own story to tell?
Thanks for joining us. If you are interested in learning more, you can visit our website at matthewwoodinstituteofherbalism.com. You can find all of our social links in the description below. Also, please subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with the latest videos.